Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church and all our Zoom people. So glad you're all here. And regarding Zoom, I'd just like to ask you to please mute yourself, stay muted during the service. This is because it will not be interactive as it was, and the speaker will be on the host's Zoom connection with no way to hear anything on Zoom. And if you talk on Zoom, the camera focus will shift off the person in church to whoever is talking, and we won't even notice this unless there is someone watching the laptop and the Zoom channel. So with that, I just want to say I'm so glad that we're all here. I would like to say thank you to Phyllis McCoy for being here and our speaker. Amen. Thank you, Phyllis. Oh, and so I would like to read the statement of intent. It should be, I think it's on this card. You guys? Isn't it? Nope. Okay, sorry. We continue to be fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services, and by using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church community where we can worship the God of our own understanding, to experience joy and be uplifted, to gain strength and inspiration we can share with others throughout the week. And we invite you to join us in the celebration of life to nourish your spirit and to enjoy the community of kindred souls. So next will be announcements. Jasmine, could you come up and you have an announcement, and I thank you. Okay, she's on the way.
Good morning, everyone here and there and Zoom land. It's that time of year when we have to do these announcements a few times about our annual meeting and membership, which is, well, membership's all the time, annual meeting is coming. Our bylaws, which structure essentially how we do things, require that we meet at least once a year to review our past year, see how things are going, and to have our elections for our Board of Trustees. That is coming up this year on October 31st, and you are welcome to wear a costume that day if you feel so moved. The bylaws require that in order to become a member of the church that you just, give us your contact information and a donation of your choice. That's all that's required. However, in order to either vote for trustees or to become a trustee, you must be a member. And also, the bylaws require that if you would like to run for our Board of Trustees, that you must have been a paid voting member for at least a year. So those are current stipulations. We'll be going over some other things at the annual meeting. That's sort of the stick. Phyllis is the carrot. Phyllis will be here again on that day to speak. Well, I'm so glad I can help you be a carrot, Phyllis. And so we will remind you periodically here, Facebook, email, we're required to send out hard copy letters, so you'll be seeing that soon. Anyway, just to let you know, we're coming back together, coming out of a strange year, and it's good to keep seeing more faces, and doing things like having our annual meeting will help us all to know that we are still here, still connected, and still moving forward. Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm.
If they would like to be on the list in order to get the letter, that they let us know.
Yes, Phyllis was saying that Carol has a large email list that she uses to send out announcements to people. If you are not on that list and would like to receive those emails, you need to contact us. You know what you could do? I'm the administrator. If you are on Facebook, I'm the administrator for the church Facebook page. You could leave a message there, and then I can forward that to Carol. Otherwise, I know that the church has its own email address. I don't know it off the top of my head, but we can make that available to you also.
And also the mailing list, the physical mailing list, and the letter for the annual meeting.
Yes. Same thing. If you have not been in touch with us for a while, want to make sure that you get the invitation to the annual meeting, please let us know that as well. Thank you.
Next, I would like us to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. I love the song. I'll be playing the piano. Okay. Okay, thank you. Are there any prayer requests out there from anybody? Yes, Michael? They can't. Can you come up here? Or what? He's coming. They can't hear you. Oh, for Jean. Jean who? Doesn't matter, just for Jean. Okay, thank you. We'll send that out. Yes, Jerry?
For my wife, Jane, she didn't feel so good this morning.
Oh,
She couldn't come, so, but anyway, for her today.
okay. Thank you for Jean Quacco. Thank you very much. Anybody else? I guess that's everything. Okay. I would like to do the principles now. It's on your card. Okay. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and identity of the individuals continue after the change called death. We believe in our universal connection in spirit and that there is communication between the spiritual and physical worlds. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, whatsoever you would that others should do unto you, do we also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes contained in all sacred texts. And Michael, you have a song for us today. So, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Michael. This is one of my favorite songs. As a singer-song leader at a couple of Catholic churches, It's called You Are Mine. I will come to you in the silence. I will lift you from all your fears. You will hear my voice. I claim you as my choice. Be still and know I am here. I am hope for all who are hopeless. I am eyes for all who long to see. In the shadow of the night, I will be your light. Come and rest in me. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. I am strength for all the despairing. I am strength for all the despairing. Healing for the ones who dwell in shame. All the blind will see, the lame will all run free, and all will know my name. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. I am the word that leads all to freedom. I am the peace the world cannot give. I will call your name, embracing all your pain. Stand up now, walk with me. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Michael. So beautiful. I would like to ask Phyllis to come up now, and I want to thank you again. So.
Good morning. Oh, welcome to this gorgeous day. I'm so grateful to be with all of you. Hello, Duluth. Hello, church. Hello, each and every one of you. Let's have a little benediction first, or a little introduction. A short prayer. I set a table before you in the presence of mine enemies. My cup runneth over. The 23rd Psalm speaks to us of facing that which challenges us and which ultimately brings us the gift, the peace. And so it is for us today. The peace is with us because we are, and also because we are here. Amen. All right, we're going to have a little meditation, and I'm going to play my own tape. We call them tapes, and they aren't tapes, are they? If you can't hear the ohm and my voice at the same time, please raise your hand and let me know. Okay, come on. Technology. Well, you can't hear it, obviously. Can you hear it? Barely, okay. Let's breathe. Breathe in the ohm, the resonance. Feel the vibration in your body. Breathe deeply. Feel your solar plexus expanding and your breath becoming light. Your breath is expanding. It is expanding around you. It is becoming a sphere of light that envelops you and lifts you up. That sphere is all the wisdom you will ever need. And today that we bring that wisdom to your body. In every breath, within this sphere, the cells in your body awaken and listen to you. They will always follow your lead. What are you telling them? How do you communicate with them? Is it out of fear or resistance for some symptom you are carrying, or is it out of love and respect for the tasks your body performs for you? For your brain, for every organ, for every limb. The consciousness is awakened and listening to you, and the love you are willing to give it, and the respect that it deserves for the service it provides you. There is God in every cell. That godness, that wisdom will respond to you as you give it the gift of attention and understanding. Wherever in your body you have experienced an issue, a challenge, go to that area and awaken with those cells to the wisdom that served them. Wherever you are out there, and however you feel in here. Truth, wisdom, grace, love. Breathe. Breathe into those cells now as we simply listen to the Om and allow you to take yourself to those places which will serve you best. We offer our thanks to our bodies. Out of respect and confidence, conviction that all is known and all is possible. We resonate with all the possibilities that God promises us. And so, breathing deeply, coming back to the center of your being with your breath, we offer gratitude. Amen. We're all back. Yay. I hope you took a good trip. I did. I was thinking on the way up this morning, all the things I'm grateful for. I often think the things I'm grateful for, but this morning I was thinking about the delight of the splashes of color that we're seeing periodically. Not all over yet. I think we appreciate them more when they surprise us around the curve, you know. And we go, oh, yes, it's autumn and it's beautiful. Grateful for all of you and thinking about the 35 years that I've been a part of this church and how many gifts it's brought me. My first people here were Jill and then Jerry and Jean, and so it went. You know, it spiraled on and on. So many gifts, so many people, so much love to share. The experiences of my past week kind of frame the message that I have for you this morning, and it's a variety of things, so I'll be here and there. Travel with me, if you will. I was having an experience with a client, and speaking with her, she said, "Why is my husband having a relapse? He's been working really diligently for a couple of years on some terribly difficult symptoms to diagnose, and he was doing so well for about 3 months, and he found himself spiraling back into the symptoms." And she said, "And I'm spiraling back into the same old, I thought I had cured it, sympathetic reaction to everything." Sympathy being the place where you are when you lose your emotional body or your sensibilities, and you slip into that place that is not helpful for anyone. So she had been working diligently to achieve empathy as a replacement for sympathy. And I realized as she was telling me these things that the experience I'd had and shared with my brother and sister was that I was suddenly having a rewind on an old pattern of thinking about something that was going to happen and seeing it as a calamity, everything unfolding in the worst way possible. And at the time, as we're speaking, I got the message. And I felt the earth moving under our feet. And I thought, what does that have to do with this, The message was this: the earth is actually moving. Though we're not having earthquakes in Minnesota, the plates are moving. And if it weren't enough that we're experiencing all of the governmental drama, all of the COVID and every other ideation of COVID, and all the earth changes, floods. If it isn't floods, it's drought. If it isn't hurricanes, it's tornadoes, all of the changes that are going in. If that weren't enough, the earth is moving under our feet. And the message was, people simply have no idea how many stress factors are present in their lives these days. Things you can't see, things you can't identify, things things you can't even control because you haven't identified them, on top of all the things you have identified that are already stressful. And they are causing people to act out in ways they never expected. And I've talked with several people in the church, and they are talking about the changes going on in the church, and whether they like them or not, how stressful it feels. So it's in our personal lives, it's in our public lives, it's anywhere and everywhere. When we can't even identify some of the stressors that are impacting our lives, is it any wonder that we are stressed around any change we see happening in front of us? Changes in our church. People are not comfortable with the changes that are going on anywhere. But when it comes right down to your faith place, that hits home. But how do we manage it then? If we can't even identify some of these stress factors, how do we manage it? I know my method is to, when I bump up against that experience, I breathe deeply. Put out an infinity loop and let it go. The interesting thing about the conversation I was having with this client is that Spirit said, this is happening to you at the level where you are most challenged. I am most challenged mentally because I was born pretty logical, and I was born into a household that expected me to I was the oldest. I always said about myself, I'm the oldest, I'm a Capricorn, I'm a control freak. I've always said that about myself, and I've learned not to say that about myself anymore, but it does help to remember that that was the history that I came from, because it helps me to remember that I'm working out of the primary logical and into the intuitive. And that's what the channeling has gifted me. That's what my relationship with God has gifted me, to move into the intuitive. Well, it turns out, of course, then that the client I was talking to is working on her emotional body primarily. Her husband primarily works on his physical body. I'm working on the mental. So it hits us primarily wherever we're most challenged, and that falls in line with our theme, doesn't it? Why am I here? I am here to contribute to the mind of God, to expand the consciousness in my own unique fashion, because nobody does it like you do it. A client came the other day and said, but why is my experience so important? Because you're like a fingerprint in the universe. You're unique. You can't learn like anybody else, and they can't learn like you. So what you learn is critical to the whole. The composition of the universe depends on you to play your part. And so it's important for us to understand that we come to play different parts, that we come to the mental, the emotional, the physical, the etheric. What is the most important thing I'm working on? How am I developing? How am I growing? How am I becoming everything I can possibly be? Wow. So we don't have to know specifically what part we're working on, what is our primary theme, but it does help us, I think, to think about ourselves and realize that we come into this life assuming some things. Now, we come in assuming some things because of the patterns we bring with us as a soul. But then we run into the teachers, and we start adopting what we're taught. Church teaches us a lot. Religion has taught us a lot, some of it great, some of it not so good. Whether we're Catholic or Jewish or Protestant or Muslim or Buddhist, there's some place in the teaching that puts our attention on what does God think about us? How are we performing according to God's scoreboard? Well, you know what? Self-consciousness will get us nowhere. It only brings us back down into the shadow aspect of ourselves. It doesn't lift us up, does it? Every one of those religious teachings had such a profound impact on our planet. So important. They were not only the churches, they were the law. They were everything. They were the medical. They were everything. So we need to remember that we want to bless them for what they taught us and acknowledge that what they taught and that we let go of now is up to us. I have a primary responsibility to identify within myself what teachings I choose to follow and which I choose to let go of. Is it fish on Friday? I guess it's not my thing. My root family was Catholic, so I had some Catholic influences. My stepfather's sister is a nun, the best person you ever meet in your whole life, just the most lovely person. She never judged that my mother was Buddhist, and my brother and me for 10 years. She never judged. She just loved us. She just loved us. So I saw the mystical and loving aspect of the Catholic Church primarily. I didn't see all the rules and the kneeling and the everything, which my aunt adhered to and was so happy living in. But I also attended a Baptist church when I was a child for a little while. I thought, what is that thing that looks like a tub up there in front? I mean, what are they going to do with that? If I stay here long enough, will I have to take a bath in front of everybody? You know, that was a little frightening for me. But I understand, knowing some Baptists, how significant those things are for them. I was raised in a Missouri Lutheran church. Missouri Synod Lutheran is as close to Catholicism and baptism, it's kind of a cross between the two, that you'll ever see. And so there were a lot of rules. Like you can't go roller skating with the Methodists, as if you might catch something. Never mind no dancing or card playing. No, we can't go with our Methodist friends to the roller rink. No. But he was a hellfire and brimstone minister, I'll tell you. And then when we moved north to Deer River, he was really, he was toxic. The man who introduced us to the Lutheran teachings was such a gentle, loving, and accepting person. So it's the person, it's not the church, right? What we learned, however, can make us self-conscious. And when we come in self-conscious, we can make some assumptions that what is going on in us is chronic. And even undiscovered things which we bump into from time to time and want to deny, are part of our systems. We are explorers. Let's explore where my teachings led me and how I choose to change those to fit the person that I'm becoming. Maybe not even the person I am yet, but the person I'm becoming and want to learn. I want to be excited about my faith. I want to realize that there is nothing in my system that's wrong. God never gave me anything wrong. My Creator manifested this personality in this body because it was essential to the whole planet. And please, to release the self-consciousness as much as possible. That which stems from the teachings that said, there's a scoreboard up there, you know, you're getting a check mark. It reminds me of a teacher I had, the poor man. Deer River was a poor school district, so they didn't have all excellent teachers, a couple, but we had some winners. And one man taught history. Poor thing. He had PTSD, and they didn't even call it that. They called it shell shock from the Second World War. And he carried with him a book that he would check off if you misbehaved in class. He would check you off. I put a check by your mark, by your name. I checked you off by your name. You were naughty. I checked you off. Now you're collecting too many check marks, you know. Holy moly. Tell you, it makes you squirm in your seat. I didn't realize when I didn't get to that school until I was a sophomore. And here was this poor man who paced up and down the aisles holding his book and rubbing his belly. And I didn't realize what was going on with him and how much attention he needed from somebody who would help him. But he left his little book on the back desk one day when he went out to get a phone call. And one of the kids dared to pick it up and look at it. And the names in the book were from 10 years before. And he was still putting check marks by their name. Self-consciousness will damage us to the core. It is a powerful thing that we want to let go of. But how do I let go of something I haven't even realized is in my system yet? When it comes up in rotation, it keeps repeating itself. It tells you things about that emotional body or the mental body or the physical body will keep repeating messages for you until you get the message. It's not a product of the negative. It's your system working to get your attention. Get your attention. If self-consciousness helps me to get in touch with something that needs attention, okay, but then not only release whatever it is, but also release the self-consciousness that brought it forward. Breathing deeply, thanking the memory, thanking the person, the memory, thanking the trait that came up that you're not happy with. Why would you want to thank it? Because it serves some purpose or it wouldn't be there. God didn't give you something by mistake. It comes up because there's something to learn from it. There's wisdom in it. Every symptom has wisdom in it. And your breath will help you to plumb the depths of that wisdom and bring it forward. So, let's say I have a spiraling thought about something that's going to happen, and I see it unfolding in a terrible way. I take a breath, I thank it for whatever wisdom it has, and I take myself back. Take myself back with a deep breath. Breathe and let it go. Take myself back. And I say it out loud. I take myself back. Because I am retrieving whatever wisdom there is from the memory, from that person, from that situation, and benefiting because my system can now realistically, logically, and lovingly work with whatever it is. We are so talented. We are so filled with wisdom. But we can get caught up in the self-consciousness and the spiraling back without realizing that it's using up our energy. It's robbing us of our peace. The earth is moving under our feet. The stressors are greater than the planet has ever known. Think that you're born in a time on purpose to be here to make a difference when the earth is moving through change it has never before experienced all at the same time. We're here. We're here to serve a purpose. We can polish that purpose, can't we? We can polish that purpose by breathing and affirming the wisdom in all things within us instead of hiding from them or feeling ashamed or putting it aside and wishing it would go away. Resistance, persistence. We know the rule. Loving self more. You remember I've told you that the first time I heard the God voice on my own behalf, it said, the 3 basics of life are these. Breathe. Drink plenty of water. Love yourself. I was naive enough to think those felt pretty simple. I've spent 79 years trying to polish my purpose. I'm getting there, and you're getting there, and I'm grateful to be in such good company. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Phyllis. What you said just makes so much more sense as to even what I feel and I see with others, what we're going through. The earth is moving beneath our feet. Oh my goodness. Hey, Michael, would you have a song for us, if you like? I just thought I'd ask. A cappella? He's coming.
Give me a topic.
Carol King.
That's exactly what I was thinking
Oh my
myself. I don't know if I know all the words, but I'm going to ask you all to sing along with me. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the stars come rolling down. I feel that pop-ba-di-da-di-da whenever you're around. Oh, baby, I can hear your voice, gentle as the month of May. Oh, darling, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da-di-da-da. So if we keep that harmony coming through us and keep ourselves moving and keep ourselves breathing, we will raise our vibration and let that joy come out. I feel the earth moving under my feet, and we can vibrate with that. Okay, thank you.
Oh, Michael, thank you so much. Would someone like to come take the baskets and we can collect some offerings at this time? And let's see. I could play in the silence. Oh, cool. 74 in the silence. Great, cool. Start number 74 in Wings of Song. All right. Okay, starting. love that. It's like, we needed that, so. The offering, does that, okay, great. Would you like to bless the offering?
Sure.
I would love to have you bless the offering.
I would love to bless.
Phyllis is coming to bless the offering.
Oh, God, Mother Earth, we bless all the gifts that come to us through this church, through our lovely planet, to every person here who gives, who is blessed, and every person out there who sends in their contribution. Everyone is blessed. Thank you. Amen.
Okay, I would like for us to say the church affirmation on the cards. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and directions of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. We know that as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. Great. Would you like to do a benediction? Thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you, Carol. In the godness and goodness in every one of us that shines, we take ourselves out into this week, this month, the rest of this lovely year for which we are so grateful, imagining ourselves floating in that sphere of light, that sphere of all wisdom that guides us, that brings us to give what we can and to be receiving of all the gifts that come to us in gratitude and love and grace. Amen.
And now one more song. God be with you till we meet again, 383, Wings of Song.
Maybe I don't. Oh, there it is. I have a mask.
Thank you, everyone, for being here and on Zoom. Enjoy this beautiful, wonderful day today in the sunshine that we have. And God bless everyone. I just thank you.
Carol.
Oh, thank you. All right, thank you.